So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. After 11 rounds of racing, it comes down to this. One final race, and by the end of tonight, we will crown our Xbox F1 Season 12 Drivers' Champion. It is teammate versus teammate, Renault versus Renault, Ewan versus Danny. Welcome to the Invictus Racing League, bringing you Season 12, Round 12 action from Marina Bay at the Singapore Grand Prix. We are live on both Twitch and YouTube, so welcome to all viewers. My name is Keiran Wright 92, and as always, on a Tuesday evening, I am joined by my broadcast colleague, Dom the Noodle. Good evening, Dom.
Good evening, Keiran. And now you can go and, take a hot bath and hot chocolate and calm down after that entry. Yeah, what a race this is hyped up to be. They won the Constructors' Championship 2 or 3 races ago, and it has just been head-to-head since then. I can't say that we've not had a bad race. Not had a good race, sorry. A good race? You get what I mean. We've had a good race between both Danny and Ewan since they won the Constructors' title with the odd wet race here or there, and by here or there I mean the downpour in China, which actually has helped DJ Danny pull himself up into this phenomenal position. He's got to win by, I believe, 6 points tonight to take the constructors, to take the drivers' championship. Sorry.
We'll get to that in just a second, bud.
So yeah, it's gonna be a really good race. But let's look forward to tonight. Singapore, the quote-unquote fat Monaco. Barriers are literally everywhere, barely any runoffs, and the cabs are pretty dangerous, with a few hairpins here or there that can absolutely kill you if you don't brake in time. There should be a lot of lockups into that hairpin. I believe it's turn 11, turn 12. I'll correct myself later on in the race when I bring up my track map. But yeah, at one point we're also going to be going under the grandstand for the first time all season, so that's also going to be really interesting to see how the drivers can cope with the audio level changing as well, because it can be really off-putting. 31 laps, 3.1 miles per lap, 23 corners, 1 stop or 2 stop. Apologies, I will reset my mic momentarily. 1 stop or 2 stop, medium to hards, hards to mediums. That's your 1 stop. Soft, hard, soft, or a soft, soft, hard. That's really your option. Apart from that, full throttle about half the race, because again, it is just like Monaco in a way. The straights are long, the corners you really have to lift for, otherwise you are not making it. Distance from the grid to turn 1, 300 meters. That really isn't that long. And it's not really a long main straight. I think the longest straight is halfway through the lap, if anything, which is quite odd for a Formula 1 race. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the drivers cope. This track does require a lot of downforce, but then at the same time, like I said, there are some long straights, so you do really want that speed as well. So running a really high downforce package could be the killer here. So different suspension packages are definitely going to be on show tonight. Hoping for a wet race, just to maybe spice things up, because we know how Mr. DJ Danny does in the wet. If you've ever seen Mr. Whitfield, he was at one point the fastest in the world around Singapore in the wet. So fingers crossed we can get a wet race and he can show his wet pace. But yeah, all eyes on those two. My eyes on Fozzy up in the Welsh boys.
There we go. So, for anyone who did miss last week's race in Spain, it was an action-packed race. Liverpool Ewan did come out on top, though, claiming his 5th win of the season. Bosch Gerbil in the Williams came in 2nd, with Ewan's teammate Danny finishing in 3rd. So, going to make it nice and easy for you, ladies and gents. The driver standings permutations are simple. DJ Danny, if he wants to regain, his driver's title, he needs to outscore his teammate Liverpool Ewan by 7 points or more. If it is anything less than that, Liverpool Ewan will take that championship away from his teammate. Bosch Gerbil can still finish 3rd he must score 8 points more than Farfu, who is currently in third, to get that third place. With that being said, Dom, who is your money on at this stage as we're about to jump into qualifying? Who is your money on to win this Drivers' Championship?
Again, it all comes down to the weather for me. If it's wet, it's DJ Danny's all day long. If it's dry, it's a 50-50. I mean, Danny said that he's not a massive fan of the track in the dry, which could really hinder his performance. And so yeah, if it's dry, I'd like to say Danny because if it's dry, I'd like to say Danny because I want to see Danny win this weekend and regain that title. It's his. But it's also Liverpool who wants to lose. But at the same time, I'd also like to say 3 years, 3 different title winners, and watch Liverpool Ewan win it, and he has been spectacular all season. But I mean, unfortunately, Farfu's now out of the reach. I was really looking forward to seeing Farfu come drive his title, in that Alpha Tauri, but you can't win every fight, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, if it's wet, DJ Danny. If it's dry, Liverpool Ewan.
We go. Thank you for that, Dom. Do you want to just make sure on that mic you are still getting a little bit of feedback on the stream?
Dry quali. And a dry race.
It is a dry quali. We are dry. We have been told by the powers that be that it is a dry here in Singapore.
This is going to be interesting.
Good.
This is going to be interesting, and this is why. Because everyone knows it's hot. That's why they run this race at night and the qualifying at night. So you're going to have a lot of boys go out and try and do a soft lap because they just want to be that guy that gets up in the top 10. Jim's F1 ETC is coming out of the pits as we speak as well. Look at that. So, yeah, you want to be that guy in the top 10. But at the same time, it's going to be so hot, tyres are going to degrade really, really quickly. So you really want to be on that alternate strategy of hard to mediums. It'll be interesting to see who takes the hards from the start. Everyone obviously outside the top 10, and there are 6 of them today. About 13.50, yeah, 16 of them today. But yeah. It'll be interesting, like I said, it'll be interesting to see the tyre strategies.
Indeed, it will. Yeah, no problem, bud. Dom's going to quickly just disappear and try and see if he can sort out his microphone. See if he can sort out the issues that he's currently having with a little bit of feedback on his mic. I do apologise for that, ladies and gents. Dom is hopefully going to be jumping back in with us very, very shortly.
Hopefully that has fixed everything. If not, I'm going to yeet everything in the powers that may be my console and headset across the room.
Negative, my friend.
Well,
please don't yeet all of your stuff because I need you for COCOMs.
Series X so here we come.
Right, so there we go. We are on board with James F1 ETC at the moment.
The game's put me on board with IRL Mats, and
oh, interesting.
Yeah, I really need to change this broadcast camera because it just looks so odd. As soon as I race in a different camera now, it just looks weird now. How do I change this?
Dom is playing around with settings, so whilst he's doing that, we will ride on board with James.
That's audio, that's control, that's gameplay, that's assists. It won't let me change my camera! Rip! Looks like I'm watching broadcast for the rest of the night, boys.
Right. James F1 coming up through Sector 1, coming towards halfway through Sector 2 now. Obviously we have got, he is the first man out, so he will obviously be the first person to set a lap time around this Marina Bay circuit. Taking a very, very confident line there.
Oh!
As he comes up to the hairpin here. Oh, Dom seems to have seen something.
Yeah, IRL Max went purple sector 1, and the time to the first split was ridiculously quick. He then invalidated trying to attack again a little bit too hard.
Oh dear!
Big rip.
Indeed it is, my friend. So, coming through with James now as he is approaching the tunnel towards the end of Sector 3 here in Singapore. A very, very tight track here. You have to make sure you get your lines spot on, otherwise it will end pretty darn quickly for you. I'm sure Dom can attest to that as James crosses the line with a 1:38.800 to currently be the fastest man on track.
It's super satisfying when you get something like, for instance, a 1:38.800, like a 1:38.800, sorry, because just having the numbers all line up like that is brilliant. I don't know why. However, during that spell, Nathan HRX to go fastest in Sector 2 and goes fastest in the quali, 1:36.018. Wow.
Whew. That is fast. That is very, very fast.
For reference, my hot lap time earlier, I think on an invalid lap I done a 1:37.9, but that was inval, so it never counted.
Oh dear. Alright, let's see if we can find someone who is on a hot lap, potentially looking to get near the end of their lap. XHRC looks to be the next man that's going to cross the line and set a lap time. He has gone purple in Sector 2, so this should be very, very good for him, all being well. We have got a yellow flag in Sector 1. I think that is just slow-moving cars.
It looks like Raza, he's just slowed down to allow other people to pass. Also, just a note with Raza, that lap he's posted, the 1:36.2, oh, Max could be out of the session here. No, Max does need to come in and change his tyres though.
XHRC 133. Was that 133?
Yeah, that's 1:33.728.
1:33.728 by XHRC in that Williams. What a lap time!
We were under the influence that he wasn't racing tonight.
No, this has been a very, very late re-entry for XHRC, but with lap times like that, I'm quite thankful he's here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, XHRC, for very, very quick lap times, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know if these guys have come out on bankers now. I'm not quite sure. I don't really race here. Yeah, you're gonna get a yellow flag in and around a Red Bull here. He has got no front wing. He does need to come into the pits, and he is making his way back as fast as he possibly can. But yeah, the Raza's lap, 1:36.2, before obviously XHRC came in and posted that ridiculous bomb of a time of 1:33. Raza posted that 1:36.2 on the medium compound.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see what sort of lap he can pull on those softs. The fact that he's got a 36.2 on those mediums.
Also, DJ Danny's come into the pits, so I don't know as to whether or not he's involved as well.
Oh, I, for some reason, can't change camera. There we go. That was really, really strange. I was pushing the camera type button and it wasn't changing the camera. We have now changed back over to the broadcast camera, so we can see all of the multiple camera angles as this Williams of Bots Gerbil makes his way through the lap here. CJ Allen did put in a 35.4, put himself second on the timing screens. Very, very strong time from him. I think Gerbil is going to potentially be the next man to cross the line and set a lap time.
Yeah.
We'll watch as Bots Gerbil turns the final turn now, comes up to the line, crosses the line. 1:37.265.
BSL Willsy was on the lap. Right. Want to talk about it?
Do you want to just jump into the comms room on Discord and have a conversation with the powers that be in there, mate? They might possibly have a fix for your headset.
Not a problem.
So let's have a look and see who we have got around on track that we can possibly go and have a nosy at. VSL Wilsey popping into the pits there. Obviously wasn't too keen on the lap that he had currently set. So let's jump down to Farfu in the AlphaTauri, the man currently sitting in 3rd place in the drivers' standings.
I will attempt again. BRB.
Yeah, no problem, mate. El Tornado has rejoined us now into the session. Had a little bit of an issue with his Xbox, unfortunately, turning off, which isn't ideal. It's not what you really want, last race of the season. But he is back with us now. It is no issues. We are all good. Nothing to worry about. We are now back to 16 drivers out of the regular 20 that we would normally have. The drivers who unfortunately aren't able to turn up this evening. We don't have owning lemons in the Mercedes, which is a shame. We don't have either of our Ferrari drivers. We don't have Saini or Mufasta, which again is a shame as well for those guys. And Thunderdome in the Alfa Romeo is the 4th and final driver we are unfortunately missing from the grid today. Other than that, we have got everyone who is attracted to the teams, as we will watch as Farfu comes around the final corner now on these medium tyres, crosses the line, a 135, 131. That is enough to put Farfu up into P2 here. Very, very strong showing there from Farfu in that AlphaTauri. Dom, are you back with us, my friend?
I am, and hopefully it's fixed. Also, I mean, if XHRC is going back out for another outlap, I'd like to point out that he's just adding fuel to the fire. He's 2 seconds faster, well, a second and a half faster than Farfu. So it's kind of just rubbing the salt in the wound at the moment if he's gone back out. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Maitland is also on his outlap, but
let's have a quick jump down. Who is out? Mats is out on a lap. Just started a hot lap, so we will go on board with IRL Mats from the broadcast cam. Let's see how he's doing as he comes up through Sector 1. Mats looking very, very strong in that Red Bull. Jump back into the... Oh, had a little bit of a moment there as he came around that corner there, but he's able to hold it. Very, very well held by that Red Bull driver of Matt there. Coming up now to the chicanes of turns 11 and 12 here in Singapore. I almost said Hungary then. That's a race that I was race engineering last night.
oh,
Definitely
boy, what a
not
race
this
that
one.
was.
This definitely is not Hungary. This is most definitely Singapore.
Yeah, what a race that was. I had to fight all night for that.
Yeah. let's not talk about that one here yet though. Shush, 135.0 in the in that racing point there. Very, very strong lap from him. We will jump back down to Matt's now. Oh, it's...
Wait, don't you tell me to shush.
My game is there. There's the first shush of the night. For gosh sake, here we go.
I'm kind of looking at these Renault drivers at the moment. I was actually, that kind of changes everything. I was going to sit
coming
there
up to cross the line. Matt crosses the line, goes P9, 137.429. Very, very good lap from Matt.
I was going to say, I'm kind of sat here looking at the Renault drivers, poking a stick. Come on, do something. But it looks like DJ Tammy's now actually out on a lap. He's on the medium compound tyre, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe no interest.
We'll see. Let's go and jump on with Danny. Danny did previously come out and attempt to set a lap. I believe he did invalidate it though. Let's quickly have a look at the erased director. Yeah, he did. So he did set a net time of 134.7, but it was invalidated. So 134.768, which would have put him 34.768. It would have put him third. Let's have a look and see how Danny does through Sector 2 here. He's looking very strong. He could potentially get a little bit of traffic, though, in the name of El Senado in the McLaren. El Senado does move out of the way, though, and let this man has really got a challenge on his hands tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Currently sitting in second place in the drivers' standings. He is 6 points behind his teammate and current championship leader, Liverpool Ewan. For Danny to win tonight, he has to outscore his teammate by 7 points or more. A win with the fastest lap, along with Ewan finishing third to get those 10 points, is enough. Ewan will win the championship on countback. Danny has to make sure that he outscores his teammate by 7 points or more. He's put himself in a pretty decent position. He has got himself currently up into P3 on those medium tyres. I do find it quite interesting that at the moment XHRC is the only person who's actually set a lap time on those soft tyres. Max is going to be on his way back into the pits. Raza looks to potentially just be setting a lap now. In fact, yep, Raza is on a hot lap. Have we got anyone else that could be further up track? CJ Allen isn't that much further ahead. CSR Maitland, with 3.5 minutes left in the session, has done what he thinks is all he can. So that moves, he's put himself into second place with a 1:34.698. So he won't be setting any more lap times this evening, but we're going to ride with Shush here in the racing point to see if he is able to potentially improve on the lap time that he set earlier. Currently sitting in fourth place. Going to look to see if he can dislodge DJ Danny. He does dislodge DJ Danny from that position, moves himself up into second and pushes CSR Maitland down to third in that half. I'm wondering now whether CSR Maitland is potentially struggling, well, is potentially regretting, I should say, retiring early. But we shall see. Raza is coming up towards the end of his lap now, just coming under the bridge here. We are into the final 2.5 minutes of this practice. Sorry, it's not practice session, sorry, this qualifying session. And I will say, with 2 minutes left, Liverpool Ewan still has not left the pit box. This is very, very interesting, Dom.
It's the typical Ewan thing to do, though, isn't it? Go out last thing. If you post a lap time, you post a lap time. I mean, I think he's very comfortable with where he's at in the season at this point, so I don't think he's got too much worry.
Here we go. Here he comes, though. 1:47 left in the session. He is going to be cutting this incredibly fine to go round and set a lap time in time before the end of this session. We will keep an eye on Liverpool Ewan, ladies and gents. We will watch Liverpool Ewan. We will see how he goes on this outlap. I've got a funny feeling he's actually left this too late. I genuinely think he's going to run out of time, and he's not going to be able to cross the line before the flag drops, and Liverpool Ewan will be starting at the back of the grid. If that is the case, this could be very, very interesting to see when it comes to the actual race itself. VSL Woolsey made his return to IRL last week in Spain. Back now in the Haas. Going to cross the line. 1:35.512. Enough for P8. Go and jump into James F1 ETC now in the Mercedes.
44 seconds. He's halfway around the lap.
Indeed. We will see whether he is going to do CMD. It would be a pretty big mess up, bud. It would be a mess up, but we shall see. This guy likes to leave it late, does Liverpool Ewan, so we will have a look in just a second. DJ Danny has done all he can. He is currently in P5. In a pretty decent position at the moment, especially with his teammate being down in 14th, having not set a lap time yet. There are 10 seconds left. I'm going to jump to Liverpool Ewan. He is not going to get across the line in time. 3, 2, 1... Time is up.
He's left
Liverpool
it too
Ewan
late.
now crosses the line. He has left it too late. Liverpool Ewan is going to be starting at least P14. El Senado is on a lap and could, if he sets this lap, move Liverpool Ewing down to 15th on the grid, meaning Liverpool Ewing would have an absolute mission to try and win this Drivers' Championship.
The funny thing is,
right now, as it stands, as far as I'm concerned, DJ Danny's in pole position, Dom.
In comparison, yeah, I was about to say, all else Nido has to do is post-lap time. It doesn't even have to be fast to qualify and put the volume back down and just make this interesting. And I think on a way, he's come out and he might have done it intentionally. I can't say as to whether or not he has, but if he has done it intentionally to just give us a bit more spice for the race, then thank you, I suppose. Because this has definitely become more interesting. I suppose we'll keep an eye out.
I very highly doubt that Ewan's done this for drama. Ewan's going to want to try and make this as easy as he possibly can to win this Drivers' Championship here today at Singapore. I think it was just potentially a misjudge of pace. Max moves up to P12. James F1 ETC. In fact, he's probably the last one to cross the line. Botch Gerbil is going very slowly. CJ Allen's coming into the pits. So James F1 comes across the line. It is going to be much, much slower. 1:49.8. That's not going to be the best from him. So Botch Gerbil is just going to come into the pits now. And that is going to end qualifying here in Singapore. With HRC in the Williams, the man on pole position, the only man to break the 1:34 time.
Yeah, not just that, he's a full second and 3/10 ahead of anyone. That's insane. He's a full 5 seconds, give or take. Yeah, actually, he's a full 5.5 seconds.
It's 5.5 seconds
ahead of James
across the whole grid. Yeah, there are 5.5 seconds that separate the entirety of the grid here. That was a very, very strong lap by XHRC in that Williams car. But as I say, guys, that is going to bring us to the end of qualifying here in Singapore. XHRC is the man on pole. Shush joins him on that front row of the grid. CSR Maitland in third. Botch Gerbil. DJ Danny, the man who needs to outscore Liverpool Ewing by 7 points or more to win the drivers' standings, in fifth. Farfu in sixth. Sir Sharks, CJ Allen, VSL Wilsey, and Nathan HRX round out your top 10. Raza, IRL Mats, Elson Nado, James F1, Jamie 29X didn't set a time in P16, but Liverpool Ewing, our current championship leader, sitting in P15, and will have a lot of work to do if he is to win this Drivers' Championship here tonight in Singapore. So as we move into the race, ladies and gents, I am just going to, as always, give the Invictus weekly schedule that you would normally see for everyone who may be new to Invictus Racing League content. We stream Monday through Thursday, either on YouTube or on Twitch. On a Monday night from 8 PM, it is Gareth and Sab with the PlayStation F1. They had an absolutely fantastic race last night. If you haven't already watched it, please, please, please go over to the YouTube channel, give it a watch. It is definitely worth it. Alongside us on a Tuesday, you have got Malc and Daniel on the YouTube channel giving you the PlayStation F2 side of things. Myself and Dom are normally live on Twitch with the Xbox F1 side of things. PlayStation F3, PlayStation F4, PC F1 and F2 are all streamed on a Wednesday night over on the YouTube channel. Hoppers and Vojtech will take you through the action in F3. Andriy will take you through the action in F4. JCol and Dan will take you through the action in F1 on PC. And Geek and it's Fozzy take you through the action on F2. On a Thursday night, we go realistic. We go realistic with the realistic performance divisions. One league on Xbox, one league on PlayStation. The PlayStation side of things is streamed by Tim and Malc over on the YouTube channel. And on Twitch, it is Andrew Gatton and Matty Valender taking you through the action on a Thursday night for the Xbox side of things on Twitch. If you are new and you want to get yourselves involved in the conversation, head on over to the YouTube channel, as I said, youtube.com/InvictusRL for all of our racing action. The Twitter accounts are at InvictusRL for the main Invictus account and at InvictusRL_Xbox for the Xbox specific side of things. We are also on Instagram at Invictus Racing League. And if you are a racer yourself and you want to potentially get involved, head on over to InvictusRacingLeague.com where you can speak to some of the guys involved and get yourselves on the grid. But that is all the promotional stuff done. I'm now going to have a little bit of a breather, and I'm going to let Dom take you through strategies and what you're expecting to see from some of these drivers around this Marina Bay circuit.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out XHRC done that lap with, might add, no force feedback. Obviously, as we know, his force feedback's been on and off all season. It's why he hasn't attended quite a few races recently, but he said, hey, it's the last race of the season, yeet, let's go. However, strategies. He's now starting on the softs, so that will mean that he's on a 2-stop. So softs to hards or softs, or again, soft, soft, hard. The first strategy would be, if you're a soft runner, pitting lap 4 to 7 for hards, and then lap 25 to 28 for softs to the end, or pitting lap 5 to 7 for softs, lap 10 to 12 for hards, and going to the end. Except everyone else beneath him will be on the medium to higher, so they will be on the medium to hards. Unless, obviously, I am wrong, and there are some people starting right at the back with hards on. I'm really trying to figure out, but it's not telling me what view. Yeah, so Raza, James, and Jamie are all going to be on a hard to medium strategy, so they're going to be pitting lap 17 to 20 for the mediums. However, everyone else will be on the 11 to 14 for the hards. And now I need to bring my track map up because I need to remember where the corners are. So, 23 corners, several of which are kind of like the corners at Austria. They're kind of like a little bend. People count them as a corner. Yeah, between turns 5 and turn 7, is I believe. Give me a moment, I've got numbers and stuff here. I just need to figure out exactly what number it is. This 301. Yeah, so between turns 5 and turn 7 is 324 meters. Between turns 13 and 14 is 219. And between turns 23 and turns 1, it is 315 meters. So a few straights worthy of an overtake. Try not to send it, please. It's only going to result in a crash, if we're being honest.
Send it!
However, both myself and Danny Rick would be proud if you do, and it works. According to the game, though,
Indeed.
the soft, medium, medium is possible. And so is a soft, medium, hard. Well, the soft, medium, hard is always going to be possible, the soft, medium, medium is possible, but a soft... I don't think a soft, medium, medium would be worth it. Soft, hard, soft would possibly... I mean, if your tyre was good, you could do soft, medium, soft, and then you're a flyer.
Indeed. Right, as you can see, guys, the cars are now lining up at the back of the grid. We are about to go racing for 31 laps of this Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. This is Season 12, Round 12. This is the final race of the season. We're waiting for the 5 red lights. 3, 4, 5 red lights are on and out, and away we go here in Singapore. It looks like XHRC has got off to a relatively decent start here. In fact, XHRC has got some absolute flyer out of turn 1 and has already put on half a second to CSR Maitland through the first couple of turns. We have lost Shush very, very early on. We have a safety car on lap 1.
Collided with Botch other way?
No, Botch Gerbil is fine, my friend. Botch Gerbil is out on track.
Okay, so...
He has moved all the way down to P15, but he is still on track.
So by the looks of it, what's happened here... in perspective of Liverpool Ewan now is because him and Jamie 29X were side by side into turn 1. They were side by side into turn 2, but the safety car came out. But I think Ewan might just have had an end plate distance ahead, and that has given him the position. This could be
I will say though, Dom, DJ Danny is down to P8. He did not have a good start. DJ Danny is currently in P8. As it stands, with how these drivers are, even though Danny's in the points and Ewan isn't, this wouldn't be enough for Danny to win the Drivers' Championship. The points gap would not be enough between him and for him and Ewan, for him to win the Drivers' standings. So Danny has definitely got a little bit of work to do in the remaining 30 or so laps that we're going to have here in... Let's see what the guys in the Twitch chat are saying. CMD commenting on Ewan. And following the channel as well. Thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate it.
Oh, Roz lost in a wall.
I think he's alright though.
We're under safety car procedure and the pressure's already get to him. XHLC with a 3-second.
XHLC, I'm assuming is going to move onto the hard tyre. I would assume that this will be a hard set of tyres going onto that Williams. Let's have a look as he comes in, and it is the hard tyres going onto that Williams of XHRC, also coming into the pits for a new set of tyres as well. Set of medium tyres going onto Raz's car along with a new front wing. As we see Bern Mylander there in the Mercedes AMG safety car.
Yeah, so just for reference, obviously timing glitch now, so I'll be able to give you a better understanding of what's going on.
I can tell you CSR Maitland is currently at the top, my friend, so the standings are as it would be apart from Jamie 29X, who is down, I think, in about P13. Okay,
well that makes sense then. In that note, your biggest gainers are, by the looks of it, CJ Allen up 4, Alcinado up 4, James. Your biggest losers now are Butcherable down 9, X on 13.
Oh, Dom, just going to jump in front of you here. We have just been told by league admins we are having a restart of the lobby. The lobby is about to be reset because of the incident and how Shush was taken out very, very quickly. We are going to have a lobby restart. Having to restart because of ghosts. We'll get a session up and running as soon as possible. That is what we've just been told from the league admins. So just bear with us a few moments, guys. We will try and get everything sorted as quickly as we possibly can.
Well, that's right then. Oh, okay. Okay. GG Sharks.
Right, let's jump out of that multiplayer session and we will just wait for the powers that be to send over the new party invite, the new lobby invites and things.
A big brain boy and restart the Xbox, or do I just leave it?
I mean, you could always try it, bud. It's completely up to you. I can always run comms on my own if need be for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do it. BRB cat.
Alright, no problem. So Dom's going to give one last final try to sort out the sound issues that we have currently got on the party. He's going to reset his Xbox, guys, so it's only going to be me you can hear for now until we can get everything sorted. Once he has reset, he'll jump back into the party, obviously, and we will try and jump in. Jamie 29X, jump in there. There we go, I am in. So we're just waiting for all of the other drivers to jump into the session. Obviously, Dom can technically jump in a little bit later. It's not the end of the world for that, because of course, as long as all the drivers are in, that is the main thing, and I'm here as the main spectator, and that's the one that is needed for the stream. So let's just have a quick look and see if we have been given any interesting facts and figures. We have indeed. So whilst we're waiting for everyone to jump back in, I'll give you some interesting facts and stats over IRL and Singapore. This is the 34th IRL Xbox F1 race. This is the 57th total IRL Xbox race. This is the second time that Invictus Xbox has visited Singapore, but it is the first time on this game. The last time we came here was in Season 10, round number 9. The pole time then was a 1:37.7 by Liverpool Ewan. Of course, lap time today on pole was a 1:33 by XHRC, so you can see how the game has got much quicker. Top 3 on that day were Sir Sharks, Sink, Kusato, and Fair Moto. Liverpool Ewan, as we've said, is bidding to become the third IRL Xbox F1 champion in 3 seasons. The second time in 3 seasons, the title has gone down to the final round. Season 10 went down to the final round in Monaco when it was won by DXTHK. And last season, Season 11, it was won by DJ Danny at round 10 in Baku. Liverpool Ewan has broken the record of the total IRL wins in a season in Spain. The record was previously 4. Ewan, as we did mention at the start of the broadcast, has now got 5 wins this season. 33rd league race in Xbox F1 for DJ Danny, Liverpool Ewan, and James F1. And at the moment, going into this final race, Liverpool Ewan has equalled the record for the most points in a season. 118 points at present. DJ Danny is obviously only 6 points behind, so could break the record himself if he was to win the Drivers' Championship and Ewan was to... Well, if DJ Danny was to win the Drivers' Championship, he would, of course, break that record. In terms of stats for the season, we've had 4 different winners. Liverpool Ewan, DJ Danny, Farfu, and CSR Maitland. 6 different drivers have qualified on pole position. That is now 7. With XHRC qualifying on pole for this race. Those 6 are Farfu, Liverpool Ewan, DJ Danny, CSR Maitland, Bots Gerbil, Thunderdome, and now, of course, XHRC. 8 different drivers have had at least 1 podium finish this season. Those are Farfu, DJ Danny, Liverpool Ewan, Thunderdome, CSR Maitland, CJ Allen, Bots Gerbil, and James F1. And out of the entirety of the grid that we have had this season in Invictus, we've had 32 different drivers drive in Invictus Xbox F1 this season. And out of those 32, 24 of them have scored points. The unfortunate ones yet to have scored a point are RSF1 Maniac, who has spent a fair portion of this season away. Took a little bit of time away from racing, but hopefully Maniac will be back with us next season in Season 13 to show people what they've been missing. Peach, St. Johnston, Ice Cream, iFoggy, AC Oakhill, CSR Yan, and Shush are the other drivers yet to score a point. Have we got Dom with us at the moment? We don't. Let me try and see if I can send Dom an invite. There we go. I will send Dom an invite and hopefully he will pick that up and we'll be able to jump into the lobby and start spectating as soon as possible so we can get things underway. Just communicating with some of the league admins. Come on, Dom, accept the invites that you've been given. Waiting on you. Waiting on you. Hurry up, Dominic. For crying out loud. Do apologise for this, guys. We did unfortunately have a few issues. There we go. Dom is joining us back into the party now. Hopefully we will be all good and we can hear Dom very, very shortly. Dom, are you there?
I am. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you. That sounds about right.
Also, massive thank you to everyone in the race that has sent me invites. I think I've had like 2 from Rozer, and Rozer isn't even the guy setting this up and posting. So, yeah. I'm literally loading up as we speak. It says the photosensitive seizures warning. By the way, guys, if you are watching, there are photosensitive seizures warnings, so just for that. Maybe.
Right. Come on.
Press
I've literally
button.
got the message sent in admin comms, ready to send to say the guys, tell the guys we're good.
The blessed bundle, 420 quid. Lovely.
Just,
yeah.
Will you hurry up and join
I can't,
lobby for crying out loud?
Look, I can't go any faster than the loading screens will let me go faster. I'm going to accept James's invite. Also, people in chat has no audio now.
Same as the unfortunately same issue we were having before, bud. I think it's just the issue that we are going to constantly have with our issue. Don't know why we had it. It's annoying, seeing as last week we were absolutely fine and dandy, and this week it's gone back to how it's been in previous weeks, which isn't ideal, but unfortunately there isn't much that we are able to do to fix it. Now, we've done everything we possibly can within our powers, guys, to fix this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it is going to fix. But as you can see, the drivers are starting to get themselves ready to jump into the session once more. We will be able to get back underway and get racing again in Singapore. We do apologise for that little delay that we did have, ladies and gents. We had a few server issues in terms of ghosting cars, and then of course we had Dom's mic issue that we did try to quickly rectify, but we were unable to do so.
Yeah, just Cody's things, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not ideal, but we move on.
I have a baby.
We move, as we like to say. Oh, Dom has his child with him, which is always fun.
You want to watch? XHRC is quick tonight, by the way. So you watch him, okay?
XHRC is very quick tonight.
So you watch him. Also, we watch the 2 cars in yellow and black, because those 2 should be a good one to watch.
For context, ladies and gentlemen, Dom is currently speaking to his very young infantile son, who can't actually understand what Dom is saying, but it humours Dom, so we let him do it.
It's teaching him words, thank you very much. I am teaching my child the wonderful world of F1. It's called starting them young.
There we go. Alright, we're just waiting for the lobby to load in now, ladies and gents. There we go. Just waiting for the drivers now to set up their setups, and then we will be going racing with the formation lap once again here in Singapore. The plus side for this, of course, with this this lobby reset, is that every single car now on the grid inside the top 10 is going to have brand spanking new fresh tyres with no wear on them whatsoever, Dom.
Yeah, I'd like to say that changes something, but it really doesn't. I mean, the strategies will just stay the same. You just might go a lap or 2 on your tyres that you would have before. Possibly even 3, but I mean, most people use their in-lap as a slow one. So, yeah, I can see an extra 2 laps, possibly.
That's what we like to see. So, as Dom said, it's probably not going to change strategies too much, guys. So don't expect to see anyone pulling off absolutely ridiculously crazy strategies. But similar to what it was with the original lobby, keep an eye on Liverpool Ewan in that Renault. Of course, starting down in P15. Has a lot of work to do if he is going to win this Drivers' Championship this evening in Singapore. He needs to make sure that he stays within 7 points of his teammate DJ Danny, who does start in 5th on the grid for this race. Danny needs to try and score as many points as possible and hope that Ewan gets stuck in traffic if he is to regain that Invictus Racing League Xbox F1 Championship. Just waiting for the all clear for the from the admins to give us the all clear to go. We've got admins typing in the Discord. Hopefully we will get the all clear to go very, very soon. I'm waiting for those green apples that we get in the Discord server. Unfortunately, people who aren't aware of how things are done in our Discord server, you will not understand any of what that means.
It's our green lights.
Doing it.
It's our let's go.
There we go. They are just confirming. Just changing some things over. Some drivers are not on the right tyres as of yet. They're just changing over to those tyres now. Once the drivers have changed over, we will be good and ready to go. I will let Dom keep an eye on that Discord server to let us know when we are green, and Gucci ready to go. What I'm going to do in that short time is, again, just plug those socials for those who may not have heard those socials initially. Here on Invictus, most of these streams, other than the ones on Xbox, are all streamed on our YouTube channel. If you want to go and have a look at that, as you can see, Botch Gerbil has readied up. So I'm assuming we've been given green by the admins.
Sorry,
YouTube channel is YouTube.
I'm currently just tweeting. You might want to keep an eye on your Twitter too.
I will keep an eye on my Twitter in just a second. We are now starting the 10-second countdown, so I will quickly, as these guys are running through that formation lap one more time, go over those socials. If you do want to catch up on any Invictus races from this season and beyond, you need to head over to youtube.com/InvictusRL. That is the YouTube channel for the Invictus Racing League. If you want to get involved in the conversation on Twitter, the main Invictus account is @InvictusRL. If you more specifically want the Xbox side of things, it is @InvictusRL_Xbox. You can also get involved on Instagram @InvictusRacingLeague. And of course, the IRL website is InvictusRacingLeague.com for all of that, where you can find driver briefings, you can find press conferences, you can find stats and facts about Invictus Racing League, and more importantly, you can see those championship standings for all of the leagues that we do here in Invictus. We do run quite a few leagues. We run 4 leagues on the PlayStation. We run 2 on the we run 5 on the PlayStation, including the Realistic League. We run 2 on Xbox and 2 on the PC. So we cater for all of your console needs. So if you do want to get involved, InvictusRacingLeague.com is the place to be. Isn't that right, Don?
Oh, for sure. Twitter's also quite enjoyable to be. Twitter's always busy. There's many Twitters. So one for PCs, one for Xbox, and one for the regular, one for PlayStation. But yeah, the website, the YouTubes, the Twitches, Twitters,
and all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Facebook or Instagram. I think we got Instagram.
We've got Instagram. Invictus Racing League is the Instagram. The only thing we're not on is Facebook.
Yeah.
Interesting. Probably something that the league should potentially think about getting themselves into.
You know what? That is amazing.
But I digress.
I have just had Invictus Xbox retweet my most recent tweet.
For those who are unsure as to what that is, head over to the Invictus Xbox Twitter, InvictusRL_Xbox on Twitter to see what Dom has just tweeted. Just a very, very nice picture that he has tweeted involving my godson, who does happen to be Dom's son. But I digress. Let's go. Let's get ready to go racing for the second time. And hopefully this will be the time where we go further than a lap and we don't get any ghosting whatsoever as we get 5 red lights out and off. And away we go once again for the second time of asking here at Singapore. XHRC again gets off to an absolutely flying start. He has broken away even quicker than he did last time.
IRL Matt's just completely around. No damage by the looks of it, but he is around. It is turn 1. This has just happened twice, come on.
XHRC has already, granted, yes, he is on those soft tyres, and CSR Maitland and the cars behind him are on those mediums, but even still, XHRC has been able to pull out a second's lead already over the cars behind him in these first few corners here in Singapore. It was, as Dom said, the Red Bull of IRL Matt who did have that little spin. He will now look to try and see if he can get himself back onto the back of that pack. And his teammate Jemmy29X. DJ Danny still up in 5th place. Liverpool Ewan down in 14th. This helps for Danny at present. I'm trying to think off the top of my head whether that's going to be enough for Danny to win the race. You know what? I think it might well be. If the race was technically to finish how it is now, DJ Danny would be driver's champion.
Yeah.
So Liverpool Ewan definitely has work to do, Dom.
Oh, he does. He's been, okay, granted, he's been given a free position by IRL Matt's doing a spin. But at the same time, I mean, he's almost ceded position to Jamie a few times. Jamie's not afraid to send it tonight. He really is looking for a redemption drive. He has been pretty much all season. He got a pretty decent win a few weeks back, and it's really boosted his confidence. But yeah, it's not a case of just, you can't say that everyone's gonna sit there and just give pay. I think Woolsey has damage, you know.
Woolsey has come into the pits.
And there he is.
A wild fair moto. Has joined us.
Do you know how close I am
himself.
to just inviting that man to a party so he can come with us? 3 commentators on. Reb.
I will confirm that is Woolsey with damage. He has replaced his front wing and is now on the hard tyre, sorry. And Matt has done the same thing, has jumped onto the hards as well himself.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy strategy to run. I mean, it very much is a very similar strategy to Hungaroring, which, like we mentioned earlier, I done last night. And that was a medium hard or a hard medium strategy. The soft medium soft runners weren't too bad, and it's a possibility that someone could pull it off here tonight. I'm looking at XHRC. But a soft medium would technically be faster. There's faster tyres for the heavier fuel load, and then the slower tyres for the lighter fuel load would kind of make sense, but I digress. I just want to see if we can get some times up here. 2.5 gap between XHRC and CSR Maitland. 7 tenths between Maitland and Trish, so that would be a podium if it finished now. DJ Danny is a 2nd and 6 tenths down from Vojtech, who is on the exact same tyre compound, so he really isn't kidding when he says that he doesn't like this track.
No, he is not. In regards to what we were mentioning earlier on, Dom, and wondering whether Invictus are on Facebook, we are indeed on Facebook, facebook.com/Invictus Racing League, if you guys do want to get involved and follow us on Facebook as well.
Are you enjoying
Liverpool Ewan, Dom, I will say, similar to last week in Spain, Ewan has underfueled the car.
Oh, that's bold.
He has underfueled that Renault.
It kind of makes sense.
Potentially looking for a safety car?
That's what I was going to say. You'd be looking for a safety car. And, okay, yeah, Grant, it's Spain, there's going to be a safety car. But here, as long as people keep it out of the wall, you should be okay. But that safety car has to come, like, mid-race. It can't come early. It can't be like a lap 1, 2, 3 safety car. It has to be, like, lap 20 when you're due to be pitting for the mediums, for him anyway. Actually, he'll be pitting for the HUD, so it'll have to be lap 17. In honesty.
We have got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It's Matt. He has had a little bit of a spin, but he has been able to right himself. I can't see any damage on that Red Bull. I think he was just a little bit too throttle happy coming around that corner there. So a little bit more work for IRL Matt to do. XHRC is at absolutely flying here, ladies and gents. Has already pulled out nearly a 2.5 second lead over CSR Maitland and Shush. Because I love being able to put emphasis on his name, because Dom normally gets angry when I do so.
So for XHRC, seeing as he doesn't have force feedback, you're banned, you're too quick. Okay? Capiche? Capiche. Nah, seriously, a really good show from XHRC, even without that force feedback. He said it has been intermittent lately, so it'll be interesting to see if it flickers on and off, and if it does flicker on and off, as to whether or not it'll be a whole new world when it comes to a corner, because if it flicks on in a high-speed corner, it could jolt him, and he could sort of not realise it's happened in a way, and then send the car into the wall, which could really change everything. But for a guy that hasn't been able to show up and perform at his full capacity due to the lack of certain aids that most wheel users have, he's still really quick.
Indeed he is. This is an absolutely monumental battle we're current for P11 and P12. James did get the move done on El Senado under DRS, and then Ewan and El Senado have been fighting ever since the end of that DRS straight. Moving on to the second DRS straight now, Liverpool Ewan is just pulling away from El Senado. So Liverpool Ewan up to P12, El Senado drops down 2 places to P13.
I'm sorry, I'm keeping you awake. My bad. So all day.
Jump up to CJ Allen now.
All
up
day.
Into P8.
Ooh, Vojtech can make a move here. No, never mind. Never mind.
CSR Maitland dives into the pits. Gives the free position to a botched Gerbil DJ Danny up to 4th. I've just realised. No, I have got tyres fitted. I don't know what was going on in my head there.
Jamie 29X.
We have a virtual safety car. We have lost Jamie 29X, unfortunately. He looks to have lost it just out of the tunnel. The bridge by the looks of it. We jump to Wilsey. We may be able to have a look and see what has happened to that Red Bull
that's
of
the grandstand.
Jamie 29X. Let's have a look as we're coming round that chicane here.
No, he's gone in the barrier on the left, so he must have just lost it. It
would have been the barrier on the left. Actually lost it under acceleration out of the chicane there. Real shame there for Jamie. Else into the pits and has come back out on the hard tyre. So I'm wondering whether he did potentially have damage, or whether he was just taking advantage of that virtual safety car and popping himself in for a fresh set of tyres. We are now green. Nathan HRX gets a drive-through penalty though for speeding under that VSC. He was not able to keep his Delta positive. Liverpool Ewan now trying to see if he can gain on James. James has a little bit of a moment there coming out of that hairpin on the DRS straight. This could potentially open the door for Ewan. I don't think Ewan is close enough yet to make a move on that Mercedes driver. So Liverpool Ewan remains in P11.
Yeah.
As it stands, he is going to lose that Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to be interesting to watch. He's got a fight on his hands for sure. And I don't want to be that guy, but he has been given 3 positions. If I'm being honest, everyone beneath him has pitted at this point. But as the wise world of Formula 1 works.
Oh, that was a very, very good exit by Ewan. Is he going to be able to make a move on James F1 into turn 1? He is not able to do so, not close enough to that Mercedes car just yet. Maitland did pick up a 3-second time penalty as well. We'll have a quick look at the penalty situation. Maitland is the only one with time penalties. Nathan HRX still obviously needs to serve that drive-through penalty, and he'll need to do it within the next couple of laps, or he will be getting himself disqualified.
Yeah, quite right. And watching Liverpool Ewan now, he's really putting pressure on James in the Mercedes, and he's put pressure on a lot of people that he's behind. Everyone knows that he's fast, but they don't know. A track like this, it's a question of where the pace is at. How close are you going to be? How fast is he in comparison to you? And I mean, we all know that James F1's lap time in quali wasn't the fastest, but I mean, you can be great at 1 lap pace, but if your pace is there, and if your pace isn't there in the race, you're really going to be missing out. I feel like it's still on as well. it hasn't dipped into the red yet, so he hasn't gone that far under. Keep an eye.
Indeed, we shall. We're going to move away from that battle for just a second. XHRC and Shush both picking up 3-second time penalties for multiple warnings there. Not the best bit of driving by both of those drivers as we jump on to see whether Sir Sharks can make a move on CJ Allen. He's very, very far back though on that AlphaTauri driver there in CJ Allen. Not able to make a move. However, Ewan could possibly be making a move on James. He's got very, very close to him now. We're going to keep an eye on this battle on the broadcast cam as the drivers are coming through that DRS straight. It is a DRS train being headed by Raza, so James will get that DRS off of Raza, who will then hand that DRS over to Ewan. So they are pretty much going to even each other out coming through here. No overtakes just yet. Raza does pick up a 3-second time penalty though for multiple warnings. It's not going to be too good for Raza's race.
Not at all. Also, I'd like to point out that whilst you were talking there, DJ Danny, no, sorry, wrong person. Farfu managed to put 2 seconds on DJ Danny in turns 1 and 2. 2 seconds, 2 tenths, sorry. He's now down to half a tenth, just under half a tenth. Half a tenth? Half a second.
Half a second, Dom.
Yeah. That brain, okay? But yeah, it's just under about half a second. So if you can open up the DRS at the right time, move could be made this coming lap. If not, the lap after.
Potentially, we have had XHRC jump into the pits off those soft tyres. He is running a 2-stop. His pit window did say hards. So we will look to see whether XHRC does indeed put those hard tyres on during this pit stop, which could then... No, it is going to be the mediums. So the strategy did initially say hards. He has changed his mind and has decided to go out on those mediums, Dom. So soft, medium, medium maybe?
Who are you looking at now, sorry? XHRC, soft, medium, medium?
XHRC.
I mean, he's done 8 laps on the softs, which is roughly what they estimated.
Woo! Sorry, Dom, just going to jump in. There was a wonderful overtake taken by Farfu on DJ Danny. Moves Farfu up to P3, which I know will please you, because ever since we started commentating on Invictus, you've wanted to get Farfu in for a post-race interview.
Yes.
So I know for a fact you are begging for Farfu to stay in these podium positions so you can finally have a chat
But he's done
with
it.
your main man.
He's done it. And I don't think he's got a headset because he just hasn't come in afterwards. Actually, no, tell a lie, he's gone to sleep. My bad.
He went to sleep last time, Dom.
Yeah. No, I've got a soft spot for the AlphaTauri, man. It just looks so clean, so nice.
Sorry, Dom, just going to jump in. Something we did miss on the broadcast. Liverpool Ewan's box. And he's on the hards.
That's, premature. Not right where he wants to be. I think he's using it as an ability to use the softs at the end, pitting at this time. Not quite sure, couldn't confirm, but hey, it's going to be interesting. I wonder who paid who to win the driver's title here.
Indeed, let's have a look and see if Ewan can make a move on Wilsey, the man who returned last week in Spain in that Haas. It was very, very nice to see Wilsey back in the world of Invictus. He was missed when he took a little bit of a break. Oh, Wilsey had a little bit of a moment there coming out of that DRS straight, but was able to maintain it. Ewan getting very, very close now to that Haas though. Is he going to be able to make a move under the... He won't make a move under the bridge. He will wait until the main straight. Pretty much pushing that Haas through now is the Renault of Liverpool Ewan. Is he going to be able to make a move around the final corner and down the main straight? He's going to have DRS. He gets a very, very good exit, but not good enough as Wilsey has absolutely flown away there down that main straight. Ewan unable to make that overtake, and Ewan remained in P14. DJ Danny, Dom, if you're DJ Danny, surely you're licking your lips at this point.
Licking my lips, grabbing the steak knife, digging in. Because he's just made a move on Farfu, and Farfield? No, Liverpool Ewan has just made the move on Millsy. My apologies. I was on the wrong Renault. But, I mean, you're ahead. You've got ages until your teammate catches you, and if Danny goes to the point where those mediums just die, and he hasn't lost much time, and puts the hards on, this could be interesting, and he could genuinely win it. The only thing he's going to make sure is that Ewan does not jump into the points at all, because that gives him clear 5 at anywhere from, I believe, P7, P6 upwards. Where did I finish? I finished P8 a few weeks back. That was 4 points.
XHRC 138.4, fastest lap of the race so far.
I will have a look at fastest laps actually and see the difference between the two drivers.
Go for it! Let's go jump onto XHRC actually. Let's go and have a look at the man. He is going to look to potentially make a move on Raza up this DRS straight. He's got DRS, he's got overtake, he's probably got rich mix. He's going to make this move look very, very easy. Down the inside of that racing point there, moves XHRC up to P8 after his very early pit stop. Actually, it wasn't a very early pit, so he had to pit a couple of laps ago. So he will now look to try and break away from that racing point of Raza and try and catch the Mercedes of Mr. James F1. We say that, Liverpool Ewan makes a move on El Senado once again.
Yeah, pretty easy. Two
P12.
Two very respectable drivers. El Senado knew that he was there, kind of just let him pass, moved across, and done what needed to be done. At the end of the day, Ewan has pressure tyres, fuel mix in 3, running it on high DRS wide open, and you gotta give that position up. So yeah, like I said, two respectable drivers there. Also to note, there's only about a 10th gap in their fastest lap times between Liverpool Ewan and DJ Danny. DJ Danny's got 1:39.347. Liverpool Ewan's got 1:39.493. So there's only about a 10th there. Current fastest lap goes to XHRC, 1:38.4. And something I haven't mentioned this race, because I didn't think I'd have to, but keep it clean and you're getting points. And apparently, the day that I don't say it, they just start to roll in. So,
indeed they do. XHRC up to P7 now, but he's going to come under pressure from James, pushes him very, very close to that wall there. Strong defensive drive there by XHRC. He has made that move on James and moves himself up to P7 now. XHRC will look to try and catch the guys ahead of him, who are obviously on 10 lap old medium tyres. These are the guys that have not come into the pits yet. They started this race on those medium tyres. XHRC will be on fresher tyres, making him much more stable on the ground here around this marina-based street circuit in Singapore. This is the title decider here on Xbox F1. This is Invictus. This is Season 12, Round 12. My name is Keiran Wright 92. I am joined, as always, on a Tuesday evening by the fantastic Dom the Noodle, as Farfu makes a move on Bots Gerbil, because Bots Gerbil is in the pits. So we will see what tyres Bots Gerbil moves on to. We would assume it's going to be hard, which should, I believe, Dom, take him to the end?
Yeah, hard should take him to the end from here. Yeah, he's got onto hards. Late safety car, mediums or softs. Can't see why you wouldn't. But yeah, these should go to the end. I'd be very surprised if they don't. I mean, a lot of these drivers put a few days with practice in. Some of these drivers put no practice in. They kind of just do what the drive.
Ooh, that was a McLaren end plate that just came off in the tunnel. That was the end plate. I'm sure that was a McLaren end plate. Because VSL Willsey has very much caught up to El Senado. Yeah, it's definitely an end plate of that McLaren of El Senado. It's turning a boat at the moment. Poor El Senado McLaren. Surprised he didn't come into the pits there, if I'm honest, Dom.
He's on the hards. I hope for a safety car. but I mean, we haven't had one yet, unless someone just gets really tired and bins it in the wall.
Saying that, we've got a yellow for 3. It's Matt. He's had a bit of a moment in the tunnel section.
Yeah, it's the same.
Had a little bit of a spin.
Fly audible and travel the world. Listen up and settle back with thousands of destinations to explore. Whether it's an epic stay beyond the wall, long haul to Mars, a trip to Hogwarts, or ancient Greece, we'll get you there in style. There's another way to get away.
What happened there? Luckily I noticed it when I did, and hopefully we weren't offline for too long. There we go. We should now be back. Apologies for that, ladies and gents. Had a little bit of an issue. For some reason, the Twitch stream decided it wanted to die on us. But we are now back. This is the Singapore Grand Prix. You haven't missed much. El Senedo has just come into the pits after having a little bit of a spin in the tunnel section, or the bridge section here at the start of Sector 3 in Singapore. XHRC has regained the lead now.
Oh,
DJ Danny, Dom. Softs.
Yo. Danny, can I check your temperature, please? You could have gone on the hards and won this, bro. Your teammate was 40-something seconds behind you, bro.
This has just got very, very tasty.
Right, so
DJ Danny is out on soft tyres. He will have to stop again.
Yeah.
There is no way you can make these tyres run 18 laps. So DJ Danny will most definitely need to stop again. I will again just pass on apologies for the very short dip in the stream going offline and coming back on. Had a little bit of an issue with Twitch at my end as host. So I do apologise for that, ladies and gents. But we are back up and running. It is Keiran92 along with Dom the Noodle taking you through the action in this Xbox F1 season finale decider. Permutations for those who may just be jumping into the stream and watching us. Current championship leader is Liverpool Ewan, currently down in 11th place. He leads his teammate DJ Danny by 6 points. DJ Danny has just not long ago come into the pits and fitted the soft tyre. He is currently down in P8. As it stands, this is not good enough for Danny to win the driver's standings. Danny, at a minimum, needs to finish either 5th with the fastest lap, which he could potentially get now as he crosses the line. He doesn't hit it just yet, but we're not on that fastest lap in terms of Danny. But he needs to finish at worst 5th place with the fastest lap and hope that his teammate Liverpool Ewan does not score any points.
So I just had a thought.
The further up Ewan is, the further up Danny needs to finish.
Yeah, I just had a thought. So Danny's now on the softs, right? And there's 16 laps to go. That's 8 on both sets of softs because these softs are not going to the end. I can confirm. That's totally not bad, seeing as the softs are supposed to go about 7 to 10 at most. So he could easily do a double soft strategy. However, he does again have to find 18 seconds to get back down to 8th, give or take. I'm not exactly sure where my phone has disappeared to, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how long we're going to be due to spend in. Now I know what my phone is.
Average pit stop time here is, because I've got it in front of me. It just says average X seconds. Thanks, Keith. But it's normally about, I think it's about 23 seconds.
Yeah, 22
that you would
seconds.
normally lose in the pits.
It's not terrible. Yeah, he still needs to find the 18 seconds to get to first, but he is finding seconds on Farfu quite quickly.
He is indeed. In fact, he's got DRS on Farfu. This should be a very easy overtake down the inside on turn 1 for Danny. He's not going to get it done in turn 1. He's not going to get it done in turn 2 either. But Farfu goes a little bit wide there, but Danny does eventually make that move stick. But is Farfu going to come back on that DRS straight? We will jump on board with Farfu. He has got DRS on DJ Danny. Is he going to be able to potentially make a move back on that Renault as Shush moves up into P4, makes a move on Raza in the Racing Point. The two Racing Point drivers there having a little bit of a battle with one another. Nothing too dangerous though, and they are all fine and dandy. At the moment, as I say, Danny still needs to make a few more positions. We have someone going a little bit slowly.
Also, we have a small choo-choo, not a big choo-choo. Actually, I think it's just slightly big. From Shush down to, Cheetah to Raz down to Fafu. That's a DRS straight. And DJ Danny is going to be hitting every second of it because the drivers are just all trying to make moves.
El Sonodo is currently getting lapped by cars and seeing yellow flags appear on screen. It is just El Sonodo moving himself out of the way of the cars who are attempting to lap him. Let's jump up to, oh my goodness, I moved away from El Sonodo at the wrong time there. El Sonodo unfortunately did not have the best of entries into the bridge section, has unfortunately gone into the wall. That is going to end his race, which is not ideal. But the main thing to pay attention to right now is Liverpool Ewan is still 11th. DJ Danny, as it stands, is 5th. Liverpool Ewan has just taken P10 though. This means now that DJ Danny needs to finish 4th. As it stands right now, DJ Danny needs to finish 4th.
Yeah.
If Ewan stays 10th, Danny needs 4th to win the title.
Yeah, I still think the race should have gone. DJ Danny should have gone to the hards. Kind of just wouldn't have made sense, really, in a way. But he's gone to the softs. He's now 2 seconds from Shush, and gaining quite quickly. So, Botch Gerbil is also gaining to James as well, so that could be quite interesting battle to watch shortly.
Yeah, we are currently watching that Botch Gerbil James battle on the stream as we speak. Just gonna have a quick comment on the fastest laps. Danny does need that fastest lap, as we say. He's currently about 2.5 tenths, of XHRC's time. So expect to see Danny hit that fastest lap very, very soon.
Yeah, I can see it happening, but then again, XHRC might steal it back because remember, HRC is on
James
mediums.
in the pit spots Gerbil up to 2nd place. This now does play into Danny's hands, providing James F1 gets out before Liverpool Ewan comes round and takes turn 1. James F1 on his way down the pit lane now. Liverpool Ewan is coming down the main straight. Liverpool Ewan does overtake James F1. So again, DJ Danny needs to move up another place. This is very much talking about DJ Danny and Liverpool Ewan. I will say, I'm going to have a quick tot up of the points standings in just a second. Botch Gerbil is currently in P2. At the moment, Botch Gerbil is getting himself 12 points. Farfu is in 5th, he gets 6. That will not be enough for Botch Gerbil to get 3rd place in the drivers' standings. However, if Botch Gerbil was to overtake XHRC and Farfu was to finish 5th, then that would be enough for Botch Gerbil to claim 3rd place in the drivers' standings this season, in Season 12. That is the other drivers' standings permutation around this evening's race. Botch Gerbil must outscore Farfu by 8 points to gain 3rd place in the drivers' standings, as X entered the pits from the he left himself enough time to be able to get in and out before he is overtaken. No, he has not, because here comes Botch Gerbil. Botch Gerbil will now take the lead of the race. XHRC onto those medium tyres.
Yeah, and if he comes out ahead of Ewan, he could really hold him up, which is all he needs to do, really.
He is out ahead of Ewan. XHRC is out ahead of Liverpool Ewan. CSR Maitland has come into the pits. He is coming into the pits and setting a set of medium tyres. Medium tyres going onto that Haas of CSR Maitland. I will give you guys an update on the drivers' standings in just a second. Farfu makes a move on Danny. Is Danny going to be able to come back at Farfu now? Not able to do so. Farfu up to P3. And that is going to be very detrimental to DJ Danny's chances of winning the Drivers' Championship this evening. Sorry.
Not just that, look at how fast these boys are pushing the cars. If you jump on board with Botch Gerbil, who will be the next driver to come through this section of the track, look at the floor into, I think it's not this corner, the next corner. This corner here. Look how black it is.
Yeah.
They are pushing
these guys are really pushing these cars. I mean, to be fair, we did ask in the Discord for them to give 110% and give us a nice clean race. That's exactly what they're doing. They are definitely giving us the entertainment that is due. We will see now, is Ewan going to be able to make a move on Sir Sharks? At the moment, Liverpool Ewan is good to win the driver's standings. Liverpool Ewan will be getting 3 points from his current position. DJ Danny in the pits. DJ Danny is in the pits. Ewan is going to overtake Danny. Danny's on mediums, Dom. He's gone soft, medium, soft, medium.
Soft, medium, medium was the original strategy. Medium, medium, soft probably would have been his better one. He is on the faster compound than his teammate. He is just in the points, so he is going to have to catch a while. I'm going to do the disgusting thing now and check to see how far back he actually is from the leaders. 30 seconds from the leaders. When you round it, 29, he can catch quite quickly, to be fair. The only problem he's really going to have is Maitland, who is now on his gearbox. Raza, whose tyres aren't that old. James F1's tyres, who aren't that old. And XHRC's, again, fresh tyres. So, it's going to be interesting. Safety car, please. And thanks.
No, because the last time you asked for a safety car, Dom, we got it.
Exactly.
Let's not have that madness again. You requested a safety car in Spain, and you got it. Let's not have it again, please. Thank you very much. Liverpool Ewan, they're getting very, very close to the back end of Sir Sharks in that McLaren right now. He is going to be your driver's champion. Liverpool Ewan currently sitting in P7 with about 11 or so laps to go here in Singapore. Ewan now knows all he needs to do is tie as XHRC 36.9 on those medium tyres, sets the fastest lap of the race. That is an absolutely blinding lap by XHRC. Bear in mind, this is a man who did set a 1:33 in qualifying.
Yeah, he was pretty rapid in qualifying, and he's really starting to show the pace in the race too. I'm just looking now. So 30 seconds was the gap. It's now 27.8 from leader to Danny. So he is catching. you can also see on if you're on board with Vojtech anyway, how much
Not
he's
at the
struggling.
moment. We are watching Danny, because Danny is potentially under pressure from CSR Maitland. Maitland has got that DRS, but wasn't able to get close enough to Danny. Whilst I'm here, I am just going to give a quick note of the penalty situation. Botch Gerbil has 3 seconds worth of penalties. Shush has 6. XHRC has 6. Sir Sharks has 6. Raza has 9. Maitland has 9. Nathan HRX has 12. Wilsey has 6. And IRL Mats has 8. That is your penalty situation as it stands.
Yeah, and DJ Dan might jump into 9th. The problem is Ewan could jump all the way to the first if penalties start coming out, but I couldn't say because Farf was very clean as a driver. Doesn't like to breach track limits much at all. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really in the mood for this one. There's been a few races this season that I've turned up and not really much has happened, and it's kind of been better luck next
Liverpool Ewan
time.
does make that move on Sir Sharks. Liverpool Ewan up to P6. We're going to watch XHRC here. Is he going to be able to make a move on Farfu up the long DRS straight? Is not able to do so. He's going to get a little bit close under braking. He gets a very good exit. Switches to the right-hand side. Moves to the inside of the corner. Has a little bit of a wobble on the way out, though. Farfu is going to be able to regain that position from that Williams driver, but is again going to come under pressure from XRC. Farfu moves across. Is XRC going to make that move? He's not able to make that move just yet, but these two really are battling. They've battled from the DRS straight up to the second DRS straight now. Oh, a little bit there between the two drivers. Hopefully there's nothing major there. Farfu is going to be able to pull away though, because XHRC, when I can speak English, did have to slow down a bit more than he would have hoped.
Yeah, Botch Gerbil. I mean, I've been riding on Botch Gerbil now for a good 2 or 3 laps now. Just to see how he's finding it out the front and going into that really big black tyre patch where they've been locking up now. It's at this point almost every lap, not even almost, it has been every lap that he's locked into there. It's just, I just don't think there's grip there, in a way, on the braking at least, because these tyres are concrete, not other tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see who loses it there first, puts the power down a little bit too early, tries to correct themselves also, and so. But again, I rest my case. The gap from DJ Danny to leader now is 23 seconds. It was 30. So 7 seconds in 4 laps, 2 laps, 3 laps. That's not too bad.
3 laps, I believe.
That's really
Raza
not
into
bad.
the pits on soft tyres. XHRC, as we saw on stream, did make that move again on Farfu now. XHRC up into the podium positions. And if he can get close enough to his teammate here, could genuinely actually take the race win here. Danny up to P9. Liverpool Ewan is P6. In a very unfortunate place, because he is in the middle of a Renault sandwich when Danny gets to the back of it. Liverpool Ewan just flies away down that DRS straight. Makes it look very easy there. Pulling away from that McLaren. Not really much that Sir Sharks even is able to do. If I go with XHRC though, could potentially make a move on Shush here. Going down the main straight. Is he going to be close enough to Shush to make a move? Has a little look. Let Shush know he's there. But doesn't make the move just yet. Will potentially hold off until we get to the DRS straight. He had a very good exit though, XHRC. Going now down up to the DRS straight. Shush is pretty much going to be a sitting duck here. XHRC on those faster medium tyres. Pulls to the left against that racing point and makes that move stick. XHRC moves himself up into 2nd position. And that is currently a Williams 1-2.
Danny's looking up the inside the right-hander in the DRS in there. He has taken Surfsharks, but Surfsharks does have the inside of the corner. No, he does.
Surfsharks under pressure from Maitland, though. We did quickly just jump on with Danny. As you were mentioning, that Shush picks up another 3-second time penalty. Under braking there, Surfsharks very much came under pressure from CSR Maitland. This is now two battles that we really want to be paying attention to.
Ladies
Maitland versus Surfsharks.
Gentlemen,
these are two very, very good drivers.
It
but of
is
course, the one just ahead. DJ Danny, Liverpool Ewan. This is the battle we have wanted to see. Will not be able to pull away from that Renault as quickly as he did to Surfsharks. He is on much older tyres. Danny, big lock up there by Ewan as well. Danny could look to try and capitalise on this. DJ Danny knows he needs to get past his team as quickly as he possibly can.
For several reasons, of course. One, it allows him to get points back. And two, it'll help cool the engine down, because at this point, I'd be surprised if he's not running in rich mode just to catch his teammate. And if he's it'll help cool the engine down a little bit. And it'll break his dirty air as well, throwing that as badly. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't pressure himself too much as well. Putting pressure on your opponent when attacking is a key thing, but putting pressure on yourself to that overtaking and just get it done.
Danny with that DRS now, he's going to be able to make that move on you in this time round with the standings as they currently are. He's going to look on the outside of you, and he's going to get the inside line going into the next. He has made that move stick. Is Ewan going to think about coming back? Ewan is going to potentially switch back. Wasn't able to get the switch back to work though. DJ Danny up into P7. But unfortunately for Danny, he's still 4 places lower than where he needs to be. With Liverpool Ewan currently in 8th, DJ Danny needs to be on the podium if he wants to win those drivers' standings. Botch Gerbil, however, as it stands, with him in 15th, in first place, sorry, with 15 points, and Farfu down in 8th in 4th with 8. 7 points is the gap. They're going to tie themselves on points. Unfortunately, Farfu, I think, is going to... Oh, actually saying that. Botch Gerbil may actually get 3rd place on countback here, thinking about this. Because that would be Botch Gerbil's first win of the season. And Farfu himself also already has 1 win this season, Dom. So it could be very interesting to see what would happen there if it stays as it is. But, we say that, XHRC is getting very close to his teammate Botch Gerbil. If XHRC makes this move, which he looks like he's going to, goes for the switchback. Very, very good move there by XHRC. Puts himself back into P1. XHRC has once again regained control of the lead of this race here with about 6 laps or so to go. Yellow flag in Sector 2. I'm not sure what that was. I think it's just a little bit, might well be Matt's. It is. It's Matt's moving out of the way of the cars that are faster than him at the moment.
So it is a 16-second gap from DJ Danny to Shush. But Shush has 9 seconds of time penalties. So really, it's only a 9-second gap. All Danny has to do is get P4. Oh, Willsy's retired.
Oh, we have lost Willsy.
And Danny's approaching
Yellow flags
him.
in all 3 sectors. Is that going to potentially be car?
No, it is not. However,
No,
that's
it's
a very
not.
ridiculous place not to bring a safety car out.
There we go. Car has now been cleared though. We are back racing again. Dom, I'm just going to ask you to run lead comms for just a moment. I'm just trying to get an idea of a hypothetical situation should it arise. So, I'm taking my job for the moment.
Farfu in this race and taking part.
Just lead comms.
Yeah, no problem. One race shootout. That's what I said. Oh, and as I say, race shootout. Danny almost shoots out a set of tyres by spinning it slightly. Back end stepped out on him. Just enough to send a bit of rubber. Not too much. Just a bit of a a time lost, about 0.3 of a second on lost time. As I say that, IRL Matt's also retired. I think he was a lap down. I think he understood what was going on, and just bit the bullet a little bit. Safety car here would be fantastic. It might be too late for that though. But
look, will you stop begging for a safety car for crying out loud, Dom?
oh,
Gosh!
Off safety cars, man. It allows so much to happen. It's a different ball game.
I've asked the powers that be what the hypothetical situation would be if Botched Gerbil were to win this race and Farfu were to finish fourth, because I believe that would tie them on point. In fact, it would tie them on points. So I'm just getting the confirmation from the main man himself, Fairmotor. Raza has retired as well in the pits, though, so it's not too catastrophic. We will just have a look around and see what we got in terms of battles. In fact, we've got a battle on our hands right now on stream. James F1 getting very, very close to the rear end of CJ Allen. We are obviously going to keep that yellow flag in Sector 1 for just a moment until Raza's car does get moved from the track. Once that's moved from the pit lane and hypothetically put into its pit box, we will lose that yellow flag.
It's on.
Just
DJ Danny has locked in yet another victim. That there, just in the distance, if you're on board with him, is James F1 in the Mercedes, and he has been catching rapidly. A lap ago, you could not see that car at all. He is now maybe, I can tell you actually, I need to just pop there, go there. Now 1.8 seconds behind. It is game day, and neither driver's going to step down from this. James has been on a pretty decent form recently. He had a bit of form at the start when we joined the comms. He lost it a little bit and has now gained it. Botched Gerbil though, oh boy has he been on form.
he has indeed. We are watching Botched Gerbil at the moment try to hunt down his teammate. Botched Gerbil is currently a net P1. If it did finish how it does without the penalties, I believe Gerbil would win on countback of second places. But if we do look at the penalty situation, both XHRC and Shush have 9 seconds worth of penalties. And if we look at Farfu, he is very, very close to the rear of Shush. So unfortunately for Botched Gerbil, he's going to pretty much do everything he can to close that gap to Farfu. He's going to be able to keep it quite clean, and will be able to maintain that third place in the drivers' standings. We are on lap number 29 of 31 here at Singapore in Marina Bay for the Singapore Grand Prix. This is the title decider as it stands. The man who is currently in P8, Liverpool Ewan, is going to be your drivers' champion. CSR Maitland sets a 1:36.002 to set fastest lap of the race, just because he can. Why not? He is just now going through the motions in Liverpool Ewan. He knows that he doesn't have to do anything more. The man that really needs to do things now is his teammate DJ Danny. Danny needs to get himself onto the podium with where Ewan currently is. And with about a lap, 2.5 laps to go, I think it's going to be very, very tight for Danny to be able to do so. So I think we are going to be looking at Liverpool Ewan taking that Drivers' Championship away from his teammate in DJ Danny. DJ Danny obviously is the reigning champion here in Xbox F1, but he's going to lose it this year to his teammate. Just getting the confirmation, feeling that was going to be the case. Anyway, if Liverpool Ewan or DJ Danny, whoever one of the two, whichever which one of the two it is that does win the driver's standings, they will be invited into the party with us, and we will have a chat obviously with our drivers champion. Farfu getting very close to Shush now on that DRS straight now. Is he going to be able to make a move on that Racing Point driver? I don't think he's close enough to be able to make that move just yet. Has a little look down the inside, just got a little slide across, just let Shush know that he's here. Just sees him in those wing mirrors, just to give him that reminder. Hello, I'm here. Don't get too far. Don't think you're too safe, because I could get you at any moment. On the note of getting you at any moment, Botched Gerbil is very much gaining on XHRC. Both cars lock up there on that run into the hairpin, but Botched Gerbil is going to get DRS on his teammate. Obviously, XHRC is on those medium tyres. They are fresher and faster, so XHRC is able to maintain that lead as it stands. Obviously, with the penalty situation as it is, Botched Gerbil would get a win in Invictus. At the last race of the season, we had a chat with him last week, if you remember, Dom, and he said he's not got a win, but he could feel it coming soon. Hopefully, it could come at Singapore. As it stands, it is going to come at Singapore.
Commentators case the poor boy.
To Botched Gerbil at the end of this race as a potential race winner. Look, it's my job. I'm a commentator. I need to commentate on what I'm seeing.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is a potential DNF if anything was to happen, as it is after all Formula 1. So, you know, anything could happen. We could have a crash out for the top 3. We never know.
Well, we are now on that final lap. We are on the final lap.
Well,
here
Danny's
at
engine is
Singapore.
cooking. It is on fire. He has been pushing James for 2 laps or so now, and Farfu's overtaken Shush too. Farfu just has to find a couple of seconds.
Sorry, Dom, just going to jump in quickly. Botched Gerbil has his fuel light on. The fuel light is flashing red on Botched Gerbil's car. He's not going to be able... He might... I don't think he will. He needs to stay within 6 seconds of his teammate to take the win here in Singapore. Watching these drivers now as they come down the back DRS straight. Is Botched Gerbil close enough to make a move on XHRC? He is not able to do so. We will stay with this battle. I will let Dom have a look at that battle between Danny and James.
DJ Danny just hit the back of James F1. I think it was just an accident on the whole braking zones issue, you know, where one driver sees a braking zone a bit earlier than another one does, and just a collision, and any hopes.
XHRC is going to cross the line to win the race, but on penalties, Botched Gerbil wins the Singapore Grand Prix, gets the win that he needed. Farfu is up into second, Dom. You have your interview with Farfu. Put it in the Discord quickly. Make sure he doesn't turn his Xbox off so you can actually have a chat with the main man himself. XHRC is going to finish third on the track. Shush in fourth. CJ Allen in fifth. DJ Danny in sixth. But there he is, your driver's champion for Season 12, Liverpool Ewan. Massive, massive congratulations to Liverpool Ewan. That 7th place finish was enough for Liverpool Ewan to get the win here in the Drivers' Championship. We will get Ewan into the party to have a chat with us. Round off the rest of the top 10 now. James F1 finishes in 8th. Sir Sharks in 9th. CSR Maitland finishing in 10th. And we're just for Nathan HRX to come through and finish his race to finish in P11. How did he crash in the last corner? He went very, very deep. Went very, very fast, Andrew, and decided to go into the wall. But it's fine. The race was already over. He had crossed the line. There is Nathan HRX crossing the line as well. That is going to be the end of the Grand Prix. We have got a man. We've got a couple of guys coming into the party now. It's what we need. Just trying to see if we can get the other 2 podium places in Farfu and XHRC. We can get the rest of the podium in here as we are waiting for the standings to appear on screen, which they do now, please. Okay, fine. Now, there we go. Botched Gerbil gets the win here. Farfu finishes in 2nd place. XHRC rounds out the podium. Shush in 4th, CJ Allen in 5th, DJ Danny, Liverpool Ewan, your new drivers champion. He is in the party. We will have a chat with him in just a second. James F1, ETC, Sir Sharks, and CSR Maitland round out your top 10. Nathan HRX is the last of the finishers in 11th. Raza, VSL Woolsey, IRL Matt, El Senado, and Jamie 29X unfortunately DNF'd. Just going to jump here. Whoop. Fantastic. Thank you, Keith. That is the driver's standings top 3 told to me as well, which I will go through in just a second. Dom is trying to get the other guys into the party. Whilst he is doing that, I am going to, I think, we'll start. Things we've got him in the. We'll have a chat with our race winner, Botched Gerbil. We have also got XHRC in here as well. In fact, we also actually start them with XHRC because he was obviously the driver that finished in 3rd. Dom, are you around, my friend?
I am.
Would you like to start post-race news, mate?
Yeah. For some
XHRC
reason,
is P3.
yeah. I also can't seem to get Bapu in. I think he's turned his Xbox off again. But congratulations to XHRC. What a run that was. First of all, I believe you said in the Discord that your force feed wasn't working. Am I correct that it still wasn't working in the race?
I think I must have had it for 2 laps. Came back on the second stint weirdly when I went in the pits and then died about 2 laps later. But yeah, pretty much even quality I've had basically 20% or less feedback. So it's been the story of my life this season in any fucking Formula League racing, unfortunately. But yeah, I love Singapore. I'll be honest, muscle memory played a part. But I don't know, I was sliding around everywhere because I don't know where traction is with force feedback. I like a little battle with Bosch to even turn the overtake off, and then he was super defensive. I was like, alright, shit. So I have to use all the rest of my overtake. But I hit the wall in the second to last chicane, I think. Bosch probably licked his lips, I think, at that point as well, luckily for him. Yeah, that didn't help, obviously. So just had to strive on to the end, picked up another pen as well in those last few laps, which was a bit of a kick in the teeth again. Would have got P2, but it is what it is. I've enjoyed the season, so I'm not too unhappy, to be honest, with no force feedback in the last race of the season getting a podium. So yeah, all in all, could be worse.
Yeah, it was a great show, and I mean, you were a class of your own in qualifying too. A full second and a half faster than anyone else.
I kind of just knew I had to even leg it at the start if I was going to have any chance. There's no way I can get caught up in the pack on mediums or something with no force feedback. So just took the clean air and just did what I could until I realised the delta was coming down and just jumped in the pits, really. Just tried to, in a way, kind of create a race just for my own. And overtake as many people as possible kind of thing.
Well, I mean, your tire strategy seemed to play a massive part today as well.
I was quite shocked looking at it, was, if I'm honest. I thought I'd go a lot further back, but...
Yeah, well, because obviously you've done, what, soft, medium, soft?
No, soft, medium, medium.
Oh yeah, soft, medium, medium. I thought I was going to see a soft, medium, soft out of you.
I was tempted, I'll be honest. When I saw James pitted as well, and he was going to maybe hold up botched or something, I was thinking about it, but I know they drop off like a cliff really after about 5 laps, so...
Yeah, well, it was a great race, and you showed your pace. Hopefully, you can get your force feedback either working or a new wheel
definitely will
next season. If so, are you coming back for the title?
Certainly hope so. Just need a bit more consistency and, well, I say attendance, but yeah, obviously half the reason we're down to my force feed. But yeah, hopefully I can give it a good run next season with a bit of that.
Awesome. I don't know if Keiran has any extra questions.
No, I think I'm good, mate.
GG's to Botched, obviously.
Congratulations on that P3.
1-2 Williams. Oh no, 1-3. Yeah, nearly.
1-3, yeah. 1-3 Williams.
Yeah, nearly.
But even still, congratulations on that P3, XHRC. So unfortunately, we haven't got Farfu, the man who finished second, in us. So we will move on to our race winner, Botched Gerbil.
Hello.
The man who told us last week he didn't think he'd get a race win in IRL this season, said if he was going to do it, he had to do it in Singapore. How'd you feel, my friend?
Oh, it feels really good. especially the last race of the season. Just being able to pull that out feels really good. Don't think I could have done much more today. It was really a team effort there. I had to thank HRC at the end. He really gave me an easy car to follow there in the DRS. So
Yeah, on a plate.
yeah, yeah, really appreciate that, man, and yeah, really happy with the result.
It's fantastic to hear. So we have had the confirmation. Unfortunately, you were close, but you weren't close enough to Farfu. Obviously, with Farfu finishing in second, he does maintain that P3 in the driver's standings. So it is a P4 for you, but it's a very, very respectable showing from yourself in the season. Talk us through your season. How do you feel it went?
Yeah, obviously I had a rocky start. I started picking up my pace a little bit through the end of the season. A couple of the races suited me towards the end, especially like this one today, Singapore. I had some good pace around there compared to some other people. So yeah, obviously, hopefully I can get a better start next time. It's more about keeping the momentum going throughout the whole season, not just building it up. That's what I really got to work on. But yeah, still happy with the season, even though I got P4. P3 was just a little too far away. A couple of races where I could have done a little bit better. Maybe I could have got it, but we'll have to leave that to the F1 gods and up to next season.
Indeed. Looking forward to next season. You've got to be coming back and pushing for that title, right? Surely?
Yeah, I'm planning on coming back next season. Hopefully I can with my schedule, but we'll have to see the dates and times when they're released, but hopefully to be back.
Good. Dom, if you've got anything you'd like to ask our race winner?
First of all, congratulations. What a show that was today. I was on board with you for a few laps between, I believe it was like 25 and 29, and you were still quite rapid. Obviously there was a big, I've got two questions. Obviously there was a really big black patch where there was just rubber left, in Sector 3, I believe, Sector 2, Sector 3. Was that affecting your braking into that zone towards the end of the race as it got thicker and heavier?
I actually did notice it a little bit the last couple of laps. I started locking up there a lot more easily, so I had to start taking a easier braking zone. I think I was following HRC. I think it was the second to last lap, and I almost hit him in the rear going into that corner. So yeah, I did notice it, and really didn't know what was going on there, so just took it easy going through there.
Yeah, awesome. And also, I just gotta grab the standings up real quick, because I need to find out. Yeah, your season start was pretty okay, and then obviously your form picked up towards the end, towards the middle and the end. How are you planning on keeping that form going into next season with such a possible big gap? Is there like other races you plan on doing? Maybe trying to see if these guys want to set up, every 2 weeks or something, a free race that doesn't count towards anything, or?
Yeah, I'm doing a couple other races each week, so that'll keep me pretty in the swing of the game, and I'll obviously keep practicing. You can only get better if you practice, so just leaving the game for a month or two, it's not going to do me any help, so I'll definitely keep active and try and keep my pace up and hopefully grow some more.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. It wasn't the P3 that you were looking for in the drivers' standings, but I mean, I'd be happy with top 50. I'd be happy with just finishing races in this league. So, I mean, you must be pretty ecstatic with the P4. But yeah, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
To yourself.
Indeed, congratulations, Boss Jobel, for that race win. And now we will just confirm it. Your top three in the driver's standings for Season 12 of IRL Xbox F1. In third place, representing AlphaTauri, it is Farfu11. In second place, representing Renault, it is DJ Danny. And your record-breaking Drivers' Champion, Season 12, IRL Xbox F1, representing the Renault team, Liverpool Ewan. Congratulations.
in the off season and really put the pressure on you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think even last season with me, I can't remember where I finished, but I had quite a poor season to be fair, and I wasn't overly on the pace. And all of a sudden this season, I found myself, keeping me consistent, really quick. So yeah, definitely it can happen. And all those names you said there are more than capable of winning races. So it'll be a big test for sure. But I'm looking forward to it.
Do all three of us use no assists, just out of curiosity? Joe, will you no assists?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm not.
Good to know, good to know.
That makes it feel like HRC doesn't use assists.
No, I'm no assists. I was just curious.
Okay. Well, you're at 43 attendances, I believe. No, 33 attendances now. And the next season that'll be 45. You hold a few records now in Invictus. Are you looking to break more next season? Drive.
I suppose both. I think, of course, the priority is just win, I suppose. But of course, like the records that come with it are all good. But yeah, as I said, there are plenty of other good drivers in this league that will probably stop me from doing that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I've done time trials and you're a lot faster than me. So, one of your drive style.
Yeah, that's it.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Thank you all for being such a pleasure this whole season. And that's not just to the guys in the party, that's to everyone as well. Some great showings from some new signings and some new sign-ups, sorry. And unlucky DJ Danny, mate. You almost had it. But there's always next season, I suppose. Also, thank you to Keiran Right 92. What a pleasure it's been to commentate with him for this season. And I believe we can finally confirm that we are doing next season full coverage, right?
Yeah, we've enjoyed that, chaps. Thanks for your commentary.
You're more than welcome, guys. And yes, we can confirm that Dom and I will be back next season for season 13. So Xbox comms will continue here on Twitch for the foreseeable future with myself and Dom at the helm of IRL Xbox F1. But I will now start thinking about wrapping things up. So I will give a massive congratulations, as always, to the podium that we had here in Singapore. Congratulations to Farfu as well, for even though he was unable to join us in the party. Congratulations on that P2, as well as the most massive congratulations to our Season 12 Drivers' Champion, Liverpool Ewan. But this does now, however, bring us to the end of our broadcast this evening, and to the end of our season here in Xbox F1. I just want to say from myself and Dom, a massive thank you to every single driver who has driven in IRL Xbox this season. You have given myself and Dom some fantastic races to commentate on this season. And this is the first time I've ever done any sort of commentary like this, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it so much. And to be able to do it with one of my best friends by my side, it has made it so much easier. A massive thank you, of course, to the IRL chairman, Craig8728, for giving Dom and I the chance to commentate for Invictus. I thank Moto for always being that point of contact for us and giving us that race document to assist us with broadcasts. To the admin team on the Xbox side of Invictus, and of course Coops, who was able to get this stream broadcast live onto the YouTube channel. I apologise that the audio from Dom's side wasn't the best. We will try and see if we can rectify that for next season. But a massive thank you to all of you guys for making everything run smoothly in IRL. But of course, the biggest thanks has to go to my partner in crime, Dom the Noodle, who has helped me so much since we came on board with IRL, and makes these broadcasts so easy for me, as well as you guys, the viewers, that will join us every single week that we are live and continue to support IRL on all of our streaming platforms. IRL Xbox will continue on Thursday where I will be filling in for Andrew Gatton and teaming up with the fantastic Matty Valander to take you through the final race action from the Realistic Performance Division at Singapore. So I guess all that's left to say is, for more IRL racing action, be sure to head to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/InvictusRL. Follow us on Twitter at InvictusRL and at InvictusRL_Xbox. Check us out on Instagram at Invictus Racing League, and be sure to check out the website InvictusRacingLeague.com. But until next time, until next season, from myself, Keiran Wright 92 and Don the Noodle, this has been Season 12 of Xbox F1 at Invictus Racing League. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and good night.